had a little discussion about your game already, but with your words, please.
My words. Yeah. So first off, Burgos Games is well, my name is Victor Burgos, right? So it's my company. I started it back in late 2018. I was actually working on some a VR project. At the time, VR was still doing pretty good. Not so much anymore, but for games anyway. And there was a game jam submission um, for Epic Games of like Unreal Jam, like the spring in 2019. And I was kind of getting a little burnt out on that VR project, so I was like, let me grab a few random people and do the game jam. And so I did that. That was back in May 2019. It was about a week long. No, I think it was like 5 days. I think it was like 5 days. The game jam version is like completely different than it is now. I mean, the core concepts are the same, where you switch between 2D and 3D cameras, and you switch between your physical form and ghost form. But other than that, I mean, everything else got scrapped. It's a different game. I mean, obviously we kept the cute characters, the cute aesthetics, the cat. Everyone loves the cute cat, Meko. And yeah, so we submitted it, and then I basically just asked everybody, "Yep, who wants to stay back and continue on?" Because I think we had a cool little concept. Originally, I thought it was only going to take a year, but we're going on 2 years now.
Oh,
So
all right.
it's obviously way more than a year.
Yeah.
So the main problem, it's not really a problem. It's just at the time I thought we were going to work a little faster, more hours. I'm the only one working full time on the game, so I have the team. The team is actually, the team size has gone really big. So we started off with just me, and then I got 2 people from the game jam team that stayed behind, and then eventually, little by little, we grew the team. Now we're at 10 people, 10 game developers. But I'm the only one doing full time, so I'm working anywhere between 40 to 60 hour weeks, and everyone is working about 10 hours, 10, 15 on average. So it's kind of tough when you have that sort of dynamic, because a lot of stuff takes a lot longer than you originally planned for or plans.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. It's definitely, so this is my first commercial project for my own, for myself, and so I've learned a lot over the past couple of years. Obviously management, project, producing the whole game, marketing, PR, the whole thing. I wear a lot of hats on the team, but right now I have a dedicated art lead. I have a dedicated programming lead. I took off both of those hats and gave it to somebody else, so I could devote a little bit more attention where it was needed. But yeah, I mean, we went to our first convention was like DreamHack Atlanta back in 2019, and then last year I had it tough. I went from PAX South. So this was the physical convention still. PAX South in January to DreamHack Anaheim in California. And then like a week after Anaheim was PAX East in Boston on the East Coast. Yeah, it was it was 2 months of kind of torture for me when I was doing marketing. And so, I mean, I'll be super straight up front right now. I spent a good amount of money on those conventions. And it still wasn't enough for me. Like, for me personally, I still don't think I'm like where I would love to be visibility wise, right? Marketing, like, I still don't think a lot of people know about the game. I've hired different PR agencies in the past. Haven't had any great luck with them. I actually hired somebody else this time to try. Hopefully somebody new, and hopefully this one works out. And it's not, the game's not for everyone, right? So it's you got, first off, you got the cute aesthetics. So that's one issue for a lot of people. Some people are really into like hardcore, gritty, realistic graphic types games, not more the cute stylized games. So I already knew that it's going to be a pretty niche. And then also we're in a very somewhat overcrowded genre, right? Puzzle platformers, or just it's everyone and their mom seems to be doing one of these days. It's pretty easy to do overall, right? It's more about trying to make it unique and polishing it, right? So hopefully the whole 2D 3D camera and going between your physical body and the ghost form makes it a little bit unique in the crowd. Definitely. And then also it gives also, like, we have the whole speed run aspect of the game, right? So we had the clock and stuff like that. So it might be well, it is fun for people. Like, there's a whole bunch of random people in Discord that'll try to beat everybody else's score. It's kind of fun to see that. So I know that there's a market for those, for the the speedrunner competitive types also.
Yeah, definitely. This is like the mechanics are for speedrunners for sure. That came to my mind when I was trying this game before the stream. And yeah, it's a long journey. It has been a long journey, and still a long journey ahead, and started with so small. Like
I mean, we did a Kickstarter. Right. You start off with a little game jam, and there's I don't want really talk about other people's games, but it's actually a good game, right? It's like really hot right now. That Loop Hero, I think it's Loop Hero, that started off as a game jam submission too. London Dare 45, I think. And I think that was like a 2 or 3 day game jam. And then look what they did. A year and some change later, they're making millions of dollars. Like, so, now there's a whole bunch of caveats to that, right? Because they have a great publisher, right? Devolver Digital, right? They spend a lot of money on other stuff too. Well, will this game get to there? No, and I don't expect it to be. But that's not my goal either, right? My goal is just to make a really fun, polished game that I can build my community at a regular pace, right? I'm not trying to be instant hit. One hit wonder either. Definitely don't want to be a one hit wonder. So, but hey, baby steps.
Oh, we're getting there. So, Antti, I need to ask you: do you change the camera by yourself when you?
With X button. I'm using Xbox controller for this game, so
it changes from the 2D to 3D.
Yeah, it's really useful.
Yeah,
I remember the game like Paper Mario.
Super Paper Mario, the first one, did that too.
Yeah. But slightly different. Like, this is much more like fast-paced. I pressed the wrong button. Fast-paced game for speed running.
we're a little story light. We have we have the big intro in the beginning, telling how everything happened, and if hopefully we have enough time to actually add more story elements. That's my goal. Right now, we're trying to finish the game. Right, we're trying to finish the game. We're like 90%, almost 90% of the way there. The last 10% is all about that polish and post-production stuff. So that's telling you that you just don't have enough pause.
Yeah. So I need to go back.
You just gotta go fast. You gotta go fast. Yeah. Or you just gotta kill all the enemies. Because there's 3 pause, right, for this one, or for the game. The first pause is the speedrun time pause. The second pause is if you collect all the coins, and the third pause is where you defeat all the enemies in the level.
Okay.
And since the first 2 levels don't have enemies, so you automatically get those pause.
So I have to be really, really fast.
Really fast. Yeah, you're actually pretty slow right now. But
yeah. Oh, I know. That's my problem with every game.
Yeah, it might be easier to just collect all the coins. That's the easy paw, right? To get in all the levels. You just have to make sure you get all of them. Don't die. Oh, that's a bug.
No.
Yeah, I don't even know how that happened.
Yeah, this is a lot of things going on under the surface, like we talked about.
Yeah.
Like, you,
And it's been really hard to market that also, because obviously you got the cute aesthetic, so everyone's like, "Oh, this is like a cute game." Nah.
good game for
but the
my
play-
kid, and then the kid comes crying and like, "Oh, the game is too hard."
gets a little hard, yeah. But
Yeah.
when we went out to conventions, I would see people test, all the ages from like 8 till 80. You'd have the kids, and you even have the grandparents playing. So I think it's fun. I think it's even though we have a little bit, we need a little bit more better marketing of the game properly. I think once people start learning about the game and reaches a little bit more more visibility,
Yeah.
I think it'd do all right. We had a Kickstarter last year. I mean, the total goal, or the goal that we got funded, was like 20,000 or whatever, and so that was, it was not bad. I guess the goal was 15, and we ended up getting 20. 20,000 for that, and 463 total backers or something like that. No, I can't remember. So that was nice last year. A little bit extra funding, but also it gave us a little sense of validation, right? Because first off, we funded our goal, but then we went a little bit above our goal. But also, that's almost 500 people that kind of believed in our game, right? So that's cool. That's cool validation, right? And not a lot of people support Kickstarter anyway, so it gives us a little slight just a little validation of like, okay, we might be able to do something really cool, and when the game comes out, it might sell decent. We have the platforms that we're going to support is going to be PC, Xbox, PlayStation, Switch, and mobile. We have Android right now. Also the iArcade and the Atari VCS. And so, I mean, honestly, PC is super crowded right now. So I personally don't think we're gonna do like the hottest on PC. But once we get on the consoles, that's where most money is anyway, on the consoles, right? So, so hopefully we get a little bit more visibility on there.
Like it's funny that you said like the I don't know how should I call it, like identity problem, like of the game. Like we last week we had a developer who was talking about the same thing. Like his game was like, when people saw the game, they were thinking also like, oh, it's this kind of like it's populous kind of game, and they totally misunderstood the game always when they tried to play it, because they were expecting the game to work
like
their way, like how they were imagining it to work, and it has lots of elements, like different kind of elements, unique elements, and so and I'm happy of that kind of games, like who are breaking the like how to say, like people's assumptions, like
right,
what the game should be,
Yes, I think that's good. It's good to surprise people with the expectations, but the problem with that is, one of the major problems is you still need to get a nice hook, a big enough hook to get people to even play the game in the first place, right?
Yeah.
So if it's nice to surprise people like, oh, they expected the game to play one way, and maybe they didn't think. Maybe they thought it was going to be an average game, but it would be cool to play it anyway. And then their expectation is like much better than it was, but you still have the problem of getting them to play the game in the first place.
It needs to have that kind of hype, underground hype, like the right people need to talk about the game, something like that. That's how I see it.
Right. And right now, I don't think anybody knows really what's really good right now. Marketing wise, you got influencers are still typically okay. Like the streamers and content creators, like on YouTube. A lot of people are trying to jump on TikTok, which I kind of want to try. I just I have no idea what. I never used TikTok before, and I was like, who, like what? But everybody who uses TikTok make it seem like so easy. So I don't know. I'm gonna check it out and see what happens. Yeah, it's hard. Social media is like super hard because, especially now because of COVID, there's no way to really like connect to people like one on one like we had in the physical events, right? You could talk to like people and kind of like you can kind of be almost like pitch it like a salesman. That's how I was anyway for those events. I mean, I like get people. I would like drag people and like play the game, and then like they're like, oh, it's not my game. I don't know, blah blah blah. And then like they leave. They're like, oh, this was a really cool game. I'm glad I played it, right? So that's the thing is, I'm not that good though when it's virtually. Like it's kind of hard for me to be like pull people in like on my social media, like, hey, come over here, because there's like literally tens of thousands of developers doing that same thing right now, and so like it's hard. It's definitely harder now than it was.
Yeah, I can see that. Flower boss.
Yeah, I have terrible.
I wasn't
right
expecting this. Like we were just talking about like unexpected things, and this is something.
Right. So we have. So right now we have 8 biomes that are going to be released. We might finish the 9th, but I doubt it before release. That'll probably be a post update or post content, a free post content thing. But 8 biomes, and they play. You know, this one's in grassy lands, the next one's like in jungle, one's on desert, one's in like ice. The other one. We have them all over the place. Anyway, we got flaming lands, we got fluffy lands, which takes up in the sky. We got spacey lands, which obviously is in space, and we got the pirate ship biome, which takes place on the pirate ship. So
the pirates are the enemy.
Yeah, they're space dog pirates. Yeah, space dog pirates. Yeah,
they destroyed everything.
Yeah,
at the beginning.
Yep. So so each biome will have one boss, and at the end the final boss, or sorry, each boss, and then once you beat that boss you go to the next biome, and this is where I would hope, and I'm hoping to add some more story elements to it, but you know, it's time. It's just there's never enough time to do everything.
Oh, how do I beat this?
You're doing good. You're doing it right, but you're forgetting 2D. You forget
the HP is 100% still. Like I haven't done any damage.
Maybe we should kind of fix that. But once you kill one of these things, finally, you'll see it drop.
Oh yeah, now I see. Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you have to kill those plants.
Yeah.
Right. And to damage the boss.
Spawn.
Yeah. So the next developer is here, and this is a good place to stop. It's always fun to stop the game when the boss arrives, because I believe the viewers will get like really interested, like, okay, what's going on, and then I will stop playing, and they are like, oh no, don't do it yet. Now I need to buy the game, you know.
You're good. Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah. No, I appreciate the time to jump on here and talk about the game, and I appreciate y'all just keep doing what y'all do. I mean, GDWC was pretty cool. I think I was 3rd on that week, whatever. It's cool. It's a cool little competition. I definitely would recommend it for all developers, and hopefully we see it more hyped up, because right now it's kind of low key, right? Like not a lot of people still know about GWC.
We just started the next year sort of the competition as well, so it's a little bit silent right now.
It started like how many weeks ago?
3 weeks,
something like that. Yes, and we're going to start the weekly votes really soon. We're still waiting. We have good amount of games already, but we're still waiting a little bit.
Nice.
And let's hope this year's awesome. It looks good right now.
Yeah. Do you have any like last words where we can find
you,
game and where we can find you?
Yeah, find me. So I'm on Twitter. At Burgos Games. At Neko Ghost Jump is for the game. On Facebook, same thing, at Burgos Games, at Neko Ghost Jump. We're actually on Instagram too. So, anyways, basically everywhere you could just at Burgos Games or at Nekugos Jump. YouTube, same thing. We just got our little unique URL, Burgos Games, and then Discord is discord.gg/Nekugos Jump.
Yeah, and please, can you write those on the private chat as well, so we can share those?
Yeah,
Of course.
Yeah.
and I'll put them live on.
Yeah, and I gotta
Cool.
say, I love the attention to detail. The cat is carrying that kind of fish.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the weapon.
Little weapon. Yeah, it's a swordfish. It turns into a swordfish once you go to the ghost mode.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, so that's part of the story as well. The fish is actually evolving as well.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. So perfect. Thank you so very much for this little chat over here, and it was cool to see your game. And I hope you the best with this game in the future, and see you around.
Yep. See you this year
right.
on the competition. All right. Thanks a lot. Have a nice day.
Yeah, perfect. Good